Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Lori-Lynn, Spirit Within Us, and this is the High Priestess Oracle. Welcome to my channel. If you like your reading, if you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share the video. My goal is to reach as many people as possible. I follow what Spirit asks me to do. That's what Spirit's asked me to do, so I'm going to do it. I hope your day's going really, really well. It's incredibly beautiful here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It is hot as heck. One question for everybody. If anybody knows what this stone is, please, 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 let me know. It's so beautiful and I'm so drawn to it, and I just want to know what it is. And so today we are going to begin with a reading or a look at our goals or where we're going, because it's always about the journey of the soul. The second part of the reading, I choose to have it about to talk about our relationships and our whether that be a relationship at work, whether that be a relationship at home, a new relationship, a romantic relationship. Everybody has to see how it relates to themselves, because it is a general reading. There are specific messages that one thing I ask is don't attach somebody's name. Just keep an open mind, because you really never know. You might think it's one thing and then it turns into something else. It's just got a little bit mind-blowing sometimes. So I have 3 piles. The first pile is the clear calcite. The second pile is the citrine. And the third pile is the green calcite. The clear calcite comes with the number 3, which is a card of unity, coming together. The citrine comes with the number 9, which is coming to a close. It's things are kind of winding up in this area. So do you want to take a new direction? That's what number 9 is about. Maybe things are coming into fruition. That's what it just said. Pile number 3 with the green calcite comes with the number 4. Now the number 4 for me is really always about thinking, having to process more information. So I'm just going to say, take a minute to choose pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And in the meantime, I'm going to begin. I wanted to add that many of my stones come from a lady called, I met her so many years ago, and I'm so grateful for having met her. She has an Etsy store, I do believe, and a Facebook page, and it's called FreedomsWind. But she just has the most incredible jewelry. She has the most incredible imagination. Her name is Cherie Bowman, and I love, 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 love her work. And I know that she energizes her stones and puts all goodness into the stones. And so we are going to start with pile 1, okay? And I don't know why I'm going so fast, but I just feel like I need to be fast today. So this might be a faster reading than expected. Okay, so where are you in your life? Where you're with your goals, choices, and what do you need to know today to move you forward? And the first card comes up. Wow, so this was the number 3. So this is a unity. So first card that comes up is the 9 of Pentacles. And so this usually comes up in the position of in the reverse. So what that's telling me is within that 9 of Pentacles, which is usually a number of riches, but it's the opposite. And it's perhaps that's where your blockage is. There may be more money that needs to, that's being offered to you or coming your way, but you've closed down that door. And so you're not allowing it. So there's a blockage in regards to money. That blockage usually has to be about, not understanding or thinking that, money isn't everything. And money isn't everything. And you don't have to have that attitude or that thought process. You just have to know that in order to obtain or facilitate perhaps the dreams that you want to, money is important. Money is necessary. Just remember that it's not all the end all, the be all. So you can ask for abundance. You can ask for financial help. You can ask for all of, what it is you want without worry of feeling that you're, asking too much or wanting too much. Ask for what you want, then separate out, is this a want or a need? What do I really want? And so you can slowly get rid of those barriers of money, of financial abundance. And if financial abundance is going to be awarded come your way, you have to be open to it. So with that being the number 3, and with the clear calcite, it's to clear away the thoughts or the mindset that money isn't the end all be all. It's not the end all be all, but we need money. So open yourself up to financial abundance so that you are able to move forward with in light of your dreams. So the 2 cards that, oh, perfect. The 2 cards that balance this out, and the first card is the 6 of Swords, and the second card is the 6 of Pentacles, and 6 is our number of love, which is very interesting. But it's just a love, and because the 6 of Pentacles is about giving to others, so that's another way you can put it. If you have extra, if you have more, this is going to be the ability for you to provide, to give, to do some of those things that you've really always wanted to do. And, you can say, I'd love to give to this organization. I'd love to give to that organization. Well, you can with that abundance. And know that right now you have been through a really long period of almost indecision, but I actually, what I'm getting is there was a fear of making a decision, some decisions. And it's, because of all of these decisions, you've come out of that water that is, had been choppy and wavy, and, perhaps your world had just been almost turned upside down, and you are now in the space that you can move towards your hopes, dreams, wishes, and intentions. So be really clear. What's very interesting is that the 3 came up, and so far the first 3 cards were the 9 and 2 6s. So everything is divisible by 3. So right now we're on a 3 pattern, and that's really coming together, bringing everything together, it's a balancing of mind, body, spirit. So in order to balance that, so actually your intention is being set. It could be fairly as simple as, what I intend is for my highest good and the highest good of all involved. And so you're not being selfish. You are wanting to share. You're wanting to be able to provide for your family, provide for those around you, to actually just do the absolute best that you can do. Be the person that you want to be. Now, the card in the position of meditation, beautiful. This is very much about money. How interesting is the Ace of Pentacles. And so these are these thoughts. So when in meditation, silence, however that works out for you in your thoughts, whether you go out gardening and you set your intentions. I do a lot of thoughts when I'm gardening and cleaning and washing dishes. And so wherever that place is, I just allow my thoughts to get, to float away with itself. But Spirit is offering to you, and you need to be able to visualize this. Spirit wants, you to move forward on a path of richness, and perhaps you're not doing that right now. Perhaps you haven't opened up fully where you think you have. So to find that space, just to be really quiet and find the blocks, find the areas where you said, money is not good, money is evil, money isn't evil, and money isn't bad, and it's an exchange. And so use this as an exchange. So when you're in meditation, see how money can come from different areas, and set the intention that, you're open to money that is going to help you along your spiritual journey, hitting your spiritual goals, hitting your spiritual intentions. That's what you want to do, is to be able to visualize that. And then money coming in from all directions. I receive in every direction. I receive from unlimited sources. Money is constantly coming into me. Set those intentions and open up. And then with each gift that you receive, give thanks, praise, and glory for that. Utilize the money to the best of your ability. If you want to save money, if you want to save up for something, and you need to stop spending money on so many things, then do that. Find the different ways in which you're blocking incomes. There'll be people that say, you know, I don't have an extra $5, yet they go to they go to a coffee shop every single day, and they could take that money and put it away. And that would just be one step in asking yourself, is this a want or a need? And then, is this moving me closer to my goal or further away from my goal? You want to be, as in the Six of Swords, moving towards your goals and dreams and hopes and the life that you really want, because that's where you're going. Is that, you know, you've been very much through some choppy waters, but you're now into, you know, an emotional balance, a balance of, you know, the balance of making the decisions, a balance of being able to give partially of what you're receiving, and meditating to allow this all to transport into your life. Okay, so what the next card is in regards to your heart, and, you know, say, how does your heart fit into this picture of, you know, where are my goals going? What are my choices? Where, you know, what do I need to think about this weekend too? And it's the Four of Cups. And what I'm actually seeing very much in this card is that you're being really, 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 really stubborn. You're being stubborn. And it's like there are these offerings all in front of you, and the offerings are good, but all you need to do is turn a little bit and walk out of that stubbornness, and that is where Spirit's guiding you. This is divinely guided, this new pathway that you need to draw. It's not necessarily, there's not within your goals of changing careers or things like that, but it's opening up and seeing another avenue that Spirit wants you to take at this time. So it's not that what you're doing is not. Everybody will need a base. This, for pile number one, is really about something that you're passionate about, but you're not quite seeing because you're being too stubborn, but you're almost looking at it. So look fully into that. Ask Spirit, show me my direction that I need to go in. And so if you kind of get, lots of people will say this, is that I'll get nudges and I'll get, you know, a feeling, well, I need to go that way. So many people don't trust that. Trust it. Trust it. Instead of going this way, well, then go into that store, go into that direction. Maybe you need to meet somebody. Maybe you need to see something. But trust the feelings that you're getting so that you're going in the direction that you need to go, that you want to go to. The next card is the card of your noggin, your thinker. And the card, wow, is the card of the Three of Wands. That's actually beautiful. We're back to threes. There's only one card that so far there's non-denominal of three. So this three totally matches this, the unity. And this card is in your thoughts. And so that's really coming to terms of this monetary value and seeing mind, body, spirit. And all of that, and how does that equate? And so mind, body, spirit, we live in a world of exchange. And so see how your exchange can be open to receive back. I believe there's a hidden gift that you have. That's really what this is really telling me. You have a hidden gift, and this hidden gift is going to move you very much forward in the direction that you want to go, but it may be something you're kind of bearing down, keeping down. It's almost like you might know that this gift may be something that that can help you along your journey to, you know, stabilize your life, to get to balance that whole, all those energies. And so open up and listen, what is that passion that you love to do? And that can be another source. And the third card is in the position of, wow, of your heart. And it's the card, sorry, of the Chariot. And so this is doing what you're loving and allowing yourself. You may have been in positions that you have, I'm going to say, you have allowed others to direct you. It's time for you to take the direction of what your heart's desire is, to go in that direction, to, you know, see both sides of it. Understand the value, understand what it's going to bring to your world, and then move towards it. And this is going from the heart. Listen to your heart rather than listening to the other people around. Often this card of the Four of Cups can be, you know, listening to other sides. So when I see this card of the Chariot is, you know, the good versus, you know, the bad. And it's not good versus the bad, but it's understanding what people are trying to tell you. But so often to find somebody outside of the ego, their ego, and outside of their perspectives and where they want to go, you need to balance that with what you want. So you can understand and take their lessons, but do what you want. Do what you love to do. And so take the reins back and follow your heart, okay? So the final card in this position is the Seven of Pentacles. And what that's saying to me is that you need to learn more about what this gift is that you're moving towards, and discovering there'll be a learning process is what I'm trying to say. And so, excuse me, I have now dropped a billion cards, and so it's discovering, it's coming out of that process of sitting, where is this going to happen? And I've worked so hard, and you have worked really hard. So that's why when you're in this position of the Ace of Pentacles, of manifestation, of sitting and setting the intention, set your intention, but not from this space of you're moving out of that of, oh, I'm just not sure how this is all going to come. Trust in the universe, trust in your thoughts, trust in what's in your heart, trust in the unseen, taking the chance. But it's not really taking a chance. It's listening to yourself and taking that opportunity to be where you want, to be who you want, and to bring forth all that you deserve to have, and all that you've come here to learn and grow. That's part of your past. So the three cards that importantly are going to assist you along this journey. And the first card is relaxation. And so you may have been, sometimes we push. If we work harder and harder and harder and harder, then we are going to get where we want to be. Rather than allowing yourself to be lazy, to do nothing, but just feel all of what surrounds you, clear out. That's what the card of relaxation is about, is to really clear out, not thinking of anything at all. Just allow your mind to be quiet, to be thoughtful. And this thoughtfulness is going to bring about a huge change within you. It's going to bring new perspectives into your world. And that's because you're stopping to take a look at what's within you. And that's outside of all this crazy goingness. And the next is connecting with spirit. And know that what you want, your dreams, are bigger than you are. This is the creative source. This is the creation, the creative force of the universe. It's your connection and alignment with the divine spirit, with God. And in this space is creating your dream. And when in this state of relaxation, because when we don't have any fears or all that to hold us back, we can connect and really set a clear, defined intention out to the universe. So you need to connect. So create that space for yourself to really just sit in what the image is underneath a tree, sort of like in a park. And it's very much, you can be alone, but it's interesting because you can be alone with a lot of people around. And when you learn to do that, to set your energy, your balance, your boundaries, people will only come within because they'll feel that there is our vibration is to most eyes, our vibration is not seen. And so people can just feel that vibration. So it's almost like the energy. And so those that are open to that will not disturb you. Where that came from, story is just there. So you want to connect in that space to find out what you truly want, find out where you want to go, and to release that love, to release that energy into the universe, because the past is the past. And whenever you're in doubt about whether you can make it or whether you can just release things, remember that the universe, that God, the creator, that forgiveness allows. And that's forgiving yourself, that's forgiving others, so that you're not holding that in your heart. So by doing all of these things, you're releasing. You may be releasing just, messages that people have told you. And perhaps if, at a time where you were, I'm going to say younger, people had said to you, you're no good, you're not, you'll never make anything of anything, you'll always be broke. Some of these messages, this is the time, this is the period for you to say, no, those aren't my messages, those are your messages. Okay, and to move forward. So the romance part of the reading we'll move into, and I use the romance angels, and the first card, oh wow, is yes, this is true love. This is true love. And I'm guessing, so because of this clear calcite, it may have been a little bit foggy, and perhaps that's why the crystal quartz came on top, because there's going to be new clarity coming to within this situation that this is your true love. You're with the one, or you're moving towards the one, or that one is moving towards you. This is your true love. And it's a romance of a lifetime. Know that, and allow it to be. There are somehow there's a child involved, but I believe this child that's involved with this situation, maybe it just said in the 5D, and I'm not sure, but I think it may have been a child that was meant to be, that did not come into fruition, and that child is still with you and is pushing you or moving you towards gently, because there's a gentleness, because what this child is saying is, remember that childlike self within you and embrace that. So be playful and be passionate. Remember the passion of a child. They're enlightened and they're joyful and they're fun, and then they cry, and then they get over it, and then they move on, but they don't hang on. So there may be things that you've hung on to, you need to release and let go of. So that I picked 3 messages from the Hermit Tarot. Excuse me, my nose is running. Now, I love the Hermit Tarot. I love what she does. She amazes me with her readings. If you're listening, I do believe that we have a connection. I really, truly believe that. Sometimes it boggles my mind, the things that you say and how true they ring to me. Anyways, the first message that comes here is the card of, will you choose me? And this is, again, we're going to the Four of Cups. And so there's, 3 cups in front of you. What was in the past was in the past, but there's this cup that's being offered to you. And you're not quite looking at that cup. So they may not be quite looking at that cup neither. They may be looking at these cups before them, or whoever's looking at the cups of the things that, might have gone wrong. But there's a sense of fear here. And it's almost because if I don't look that way, I'm not going to get hurt. You sometimes need to make that choice, but more importantly than that is you need to trust in your intuition, in your knowledge, in your intuition, in your solar plexus. You need to trust that cup that's being offered is a spiritual connection. That's that spiritual push. Okay, the next card is the card of seeking professional advice. And so perhaps within this relationship is that one or two, is that there may be a lot of things. Maybe there's a blockage in the way that needs help. Maybe there's either another relationship. I don't actually get that, but maybe there's a family situation, or a situation with addictions, or any sort that really you just need to get assistance with, to clear out, because you want to really be open to this relationship and not keep following that same path. I do believe in some case there may be a codependency, and the codependency is more in light of dependency on some sort of say alcohol or drugs addiction. But that's the codependency. And so I believe that you or the person is really moving through that process. And there's nothing wrong with seeking professional advice, even once, just to go and say, this is where I want to be. But that's acknowledging that you want change, and that is what is necessary, so that you can see completely clearly, and so you're not following that same pattern. Those 3 cups are all the same pattern. This is a spiritually guided, it's a different pattern. So you're breaking the pattern. So you need to break the pattern. So you could even seek professional advice from a journeyman, sorry, something's made me laugh, from a clergyman, or from a counselor. Just in it could be on a casual basis, but seeking that advice, that you're actually listening to somebody that's answering and responding outside of the ego, that's answering in the best intention, that's giving you, I'm not telling you what to do, but offering you advice, offering you insight, and offering you suggestions and improvements, so that you will change that codependency to one of back to that true love and unity. Okay, wow. Okay, so the final card is, I'm open to compromise. Okay, so here we're going to go again. My lecture on compromise, which is my favorite lecture. Well, one of my favorite lectures, compromise. So this relationship does need compromise. Even though you know it's true love, that it's a connection of a lifetime, that it's a relationship of a lifetime, that's great. That fear that came out. So right now, find the compromise that you can move forward, that you can come together, that you can balance this relationship. This relationship really needs to be balanced. And I'm funny. This relationship needs to be balanced in love. And so compromise. Let me give you my favorite. So compromise is not what you're willing to give everything up and, say, I'm right, I'm wrong, you're right, or, I'm right. Or the phrase that I dislike the most is we are agreeing to disagree. I do not agree with that. That's my personal opinion. I allow you your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I have a different opinion, and my opinion needs to be respected as well. My perspective needs to be respected. So rather than saying I agree to disagree, I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion, and I am open to compromise, but I need to be stay true to my values. And that's where this comes from. So knowing your values. And so right now, this connection needs to compromise in I'm getting a slower process, but until you're finding the clarity. But it's working together. For some reason, this person doesn't want to work together. They do, but they don't, which is the craziest thing. They want to work together. They don't know how to. Seek some professional advice. And stop worrying about choosing, worrying about clearing out those messages that are telling you false realities. They're telling you what, kind of keeping those messages that we've learned from a child. So as children, we learn the most between the years, our first, like years 1 to 5, we learn from our family. We learn how to be treated, and then we go to school, and then we take that how we've learned to be treated, and we find people that treat us the same way that we've learned, and that continues until we come to a point where we go, something's wrong with this. I now get to define who I am and how you treat me. What you think of me is none of my business, but how you treat me is completely 100% my business. And so where you or this person has just allowed, had these, thinking that's love, thinking you're being in love, thinking, but not really knowing what love is, you need to understand where love comes from, and it comes from the heart. It comes from the soul, and it comes from a connection that is of allowance, that's open to compromise, because that's what you want. You want to be together. Okay, pile 1. That is your reading, and I hope that I've provided or helped to provide some insight into that part of the journey for you. And so now we go into pile 2. Hi, pile 2. To the princess. I just called myself a princess. Nice. The High Priestess Oracle, and this is the Citrine pile. So if you picked the Citrine with the number 9, you're in a period of, well, it's funny because it can be a dual period, but it can be a real solidification. There's a great word of the balancing of all of those energies and finally coming into true abundance. So that's what this card, this deck could also, that's an alternative meaning, but you're coming to a place of transition, of regaining this knowledge, of regaining, not knowledge, awareness of all of your energies, and really utilizing all your strength. This is about master manifestation. So this group here, so you've gone from a huge journey, you've gone through a huge journey to get to a space that what you most want to do is to learn and understand how to manifest. Well, manifest begins with clarity, and to releasing, all those things that don't serve you. Okay, so the first part of the reading that we do is because we're working with goals and the courage, and so where we're going in our direction, what you need to think about this weekend, because Sundays I don't do readings. And again, if you like this video, then like, subscribe, and if you have any comments, please, if you need some clarity, let me know, because I will respond to the comments. So, excuse me. So pile 2, I'm just going to say this, and I don't say this in all my piles, but I'm going to say this part is that when Spirit starts talking through me, sometimes they talk really, really fast, and I actually have to slow down. So I have to take a breath, and they've really started on a tangent because right now there's a lot of spirit around. I've also, I have a friend that's moving in, and she brought an ex-boyfriend with her, and his spirit, his energy has been really much into this, and he's very excited about this journey. And so sometimes lately I've found that I have all this energy that I'm just not used to, but I'm getting used to it. So I'm just saying just to, back away just a little bit so I can continue on this reading. And thank you. So the first card is the card of what, suppressing what you're needing to do. And here's this card of, it's the Four of Pentacles. And what the Four of Pentacles represents, four is about contemplation. It's about thinking. It's about deciding. And again, but this is so funny because it's just so screaming at me. This is about holding on to. This is about not letting go of. And so where I believe that you may be coming from of a period of, of less than, of not having with, but, sort of like now you're starting off with little bits more, but instead you hang on to it. And really there's not a lot. So there's two messages in here. Is it's okay to save. It's okay to save because perhaps what you're needing to do, and you're moving into a different level, is learning to be honest about your money, about your wants and your needs. And so then when you become honest about your wants and your needs, you become honest about how to spend, how to bring forth, how to open up, to manifest. If you're going from, a lot of people go from, the ability to set intentions and to bring it to fruition. Pile two, what you're going from is becoming a manifester, which you've really worked hard towards, to becoming a master manifester. So this is the process of kind of stepping back and thinking about, what got you here? What were the values that I held that kept me, that brought me to this place? And so to be open to that, to see the values and also see the sides that maybe, you held on to that you need to release at this time, so not to be as stuck in that energy, and to open up to setting a plan, setting a goals, doing an intention board, setting your intentions through, setting your intentions through meditation, but, keeping focused. And sometimes you have to also spend money in order to make money. So that's, again, thinking process as where do I spend that money and how do I? And so the two cards that balance that, wow, the Ace of Pentacles, are the Ace of Pentacles, is believing that money is always going to be abundant. Money is always going to be available. Money will always be there for you. It'll always be there. Money is a continual fluidness. And this is it is balanced by the Four of Cups. So now we're back to another four, and about the period of thinking and not seeing what Spirit is trying to guide you towards, and trying to have you, they really want you to step back and take some time out to think, to know what builds you up, to know what moves you forward, to know what motivates you, and to know what your true passion is within yourself, and how to, wow, they just have this big explosion of money, of seeing this money all over the place. Wow, it's a huge explosion of money that's coming forth. Back to the threes, which is the balancing of the mind, body, spirit. This is the building of the cathedral. So what in a meditation is you need to see what you're building. You need to be clear on what you're building. You need to know why you're building it, who you're building it for, how it's going to change your life, rather than knowing where that monetary, how it's going to get built. What you want to know are all the other aspects, how it feels, how bringing that is going to complete this part of your journey. So when you're in meditation, is really see this coming together of your mind, body, spirit, of really balancing that out, so that knowing that love is just as important as your spiritual journey, which is just as important as your health. So balancing all of that and knowing that financial abundance is going to move you into the direction of where you want to be. Now, the card in regards to your body is that you have a lot. Oh, sorry, it's the card of the Seven of Pentacles. Apologize. Seven of Pentacles. You have a lot of choices here. Now, what I'm seeing in this card is you have a lot of gifts. And the gifts may vary, but you have a special gift, whatever that gift is. It's to make the choice. And this may be reflective of, what you're loving to do, and you may have to do more than one thing for a time being. I mean, you may even have to do 3 things, but it's going back and really just taking a step back and making the choices. I keep seeing, even though like the Seven of Pentacles have obviously 7 Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles, which obviously has 4, but I keep seeing the Ace of Pentacles. So it's really understanding that passion within yourself and what makes you feel alive, and do that. What makes you feel like you want to feel, because not everybody wants to feel the same. I want to feel like my gift is helping. My gift brings clarity. My gift can give tools. My gift can help people along their journey. That's my intention. So the next card is the card in possession of your thinker, your noggin. And sometimes you get stuck, and it's the 8 of Swords. So sometimes you get stuck. You get caught up in these thoughts that are not positive. And the 8 represents going from a position of knowledge to wisdom. And so you're all wrapped up in, thinking, like pushing and thinking and thinking, overthinking. That is the clarity within that. Move from the overthinking, unbind yourself. You're really not tied up. There's a way out, and you're not seeing that. You're just stuck in your thoughts. So release those thoughts, and bring forth the thoughts of where you want to be. Now, I'm not saying you're never going to have a negative thought or a bad thought, because I think that drives people crazy. They think, I had one negative thought, nothing's ever going to come. And I think that's so unfair. Just as much as your mindfulness, as much as your awareness goes, stay in that state that I can release these change, and I can move forward as in the direction that I want to. I'm not, the swords that are surrounding me are the decisions that people made for me. And that's, in our head, that it's almost like the thoughts that people put in your head. And so you feel bound up. Release that, release the swords, and start thinking on your own. The next card that comes up is the Knight of Swords. Perfect. So the Knight of Swords, well, here's the thing. It's like, this is what, taking that passion within your heart. So you've found that passion. You see that passion. You know that passion. I think you've begun with that passion, but now you're moving forward because you've made the decision based in your heart. It's a decision based from the heart. And that's where you needed to go, where you need to be. And the final card comes from the Two of Wands. And that is really this, the Two of Wands. I really see this time of introspection, of standing and looking out at a broad horizon and saying, being really, okay, so if you see he's holding one staff, one wand, is that he's now relied on the staff, and he's holding on to his dream and his passion, and what was before, but that may still be involved. Like, it's like, for a while you have to, let's say you're teacher just came to mind, a teacher. You may have to continue on that road as you continue with your passion. So I hope that helped you a little bit on that part of the journey, and I'm going to get 2 cards of messaging cards. First card is that of value in yourself. And so make a disciplined commitment to yourself, to complete your goals, to stick to your schedule, to keep your promise, to value in you. So this is really releasing all the other, all the other thoughts and things that are, that people have put into you. It's releasing all that and seeing the value in you and your gifts. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries make others take care of themselves while they empower you at the same time. And you need to define your own personal space and say, hey, that's off limits. I get to define who I am. I get to challenge who I am. But that's not up to you. That's up to me. You may be able to give me some insight and some, maybe make me aware of something that I haven't seen, but you don't get to define who I am. So the last part of the reading is in regard to the relationships reading, and this is all about, totally about love relationships, as opposed to friendships or work relationships. And the card that comes out is express your love. Jump outside of that fear and express. Go ahead. Make that romantic gesture. Step outside of the fear. It's okay. You don't have to know that you won't be rejected. You do not have to know you won't have to be rejected. But you can't go in with the thought of, I'm going to be rejected. I'm going to be rejected. Clear that space and go in and express your love without knowing the outcome. Do it because it feels like the thing to do. So the Hermit Tarot is saying, yeah, go ahead and doing it, because there is a bit of an obsession here. Saying with your body, this person is very intrigued with you, with your, and being your body doesn't necessarily always mean your physical body. This could be with your presence, with your aura. They are very much drawn to that aura, that energy that surrounds you. The next card, they have an apology. So there may have been a way that they have treated you, and they really want you to know that they're sorry, and they need to express that. So in a coming together of this relationship, as you're expressing your love, a really clear, defined way is either one or both need to say, I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but know what you're sorry for, okay? Final card. Oh, okay. Final card is love me. Okay, that's all. It's as simple as that. So pile 3, thank you very much for allowing, pile 3, pile 2, thank you very much for allowing me that to read your cards and to help you find some clarity. And we will now move on to pile number 3, which was the green calcite, and the number 4. And so this is the position of the thinker, of thoughts, of going within and thinking through the process. And so we begin with there's a clear unity. I have to take this up and put it here. You are actually going through a relationship unity with somebody. There's going to be with pile number 3. Oh, green, because green is typically the color of love. So anyways, weird as weird can be. Okay, the first card is what you're running from as he's running away, is the 7 of Swords. And really he thinks he's getting away with something. And so somebody's made decisions that really were not good. And whether this is you making decisions and it's almost trying to hide those decisions, well, rather than hiding them, turn around and face them. And then forgive yourself for those mistakes. We all make mistakes. And it's a radical forgiveness. So no matter what that mistake is, forgive yourself. And don't forgive it for others. Forgive it for yourself. If people still want to hang on to that for you, who cares? What you think of me is none of my business. You need to do this for you. So take those decisions and say, hey, I made some decisions. So what? I get to make new decisions. Because at the same time, you're to look at the positive decisions that you made, the solid decisions. And you're not looking at those solid decisions. You're rather carrying around the decisions that were that did not allow you to be who you were. So what balances this energy, beautiful, is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords only makes truthful decisions. So from this point forward, with the King of Pentacles, okay, so this is actually two people. There are two people that are really aligned with one another that can really help your journey. As I said before, I think this has to do with goals of within a relationship. I really believe that. And so this is about the Queen and making decisions that are based in truth. And that's because of this, is that you've almost believed your own truth. So, once you've lied long enough, or you've lied enough times, you start believing that. And so you got to get quiet. You've got to get, really quiet, so that you stop believing those decisions that you made, that you have to, live with them the rest of life. You don't have to live with them the rest of your life. Look at the decisions that you made that are really good and forgive yourself for those other ones. The Queen of Swords wants you to walk forward in truth and honesty. Okay, and that, be really honest about money as well, about wealth, about a coming together of two people that are much different than one another, but together they create a force. They really create a force. And this might be people that have been stuck back with, if this is a relationship that you're in right now, or, wanting to be with, or there's a ghosting or avoidance, whatever it is, it quite have been based that at some point on dishonesty. And so now it's time to bring the truth out of that situation and be really, really honest about it. So the card of meditation is the card of the King of, the Knight of the Wands. And so, and being in a meditation, in a silence period, going for a walk and really, thinking things through, it's, first of all, because the Knight of Wands is really moving forward, and it's moving forward in a fast way. In meditation, you have to ground yourself in that movement forward. Okay, that's what you're being asked to do, is you can still move forward fast, but being grounded in your values and being grounded in your authenticity, that's what's necessary. So ground yourself in what's necessary, and then you can trust and use your intuitive skills to move yourself forward where you need to be. So in the position of your body is the card of the Six of Pentacles. And so this is, this is a card of give and take. And I believe that you need to be open to the fact that people may want to give to you, and it's because you have given to others. So this is a give and take, and it's an exchange of energy. And often we want to give. I have a really good friend, and she gives and gives and gives. She doesn't like receiving. She likes to give. I respect that. It took me a long time because I'm also a giver, but I also learned to receive. I also went through a period which drove me crazy because it seemed to be that people wanted to always give me things. I'd say, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And people go, I feel like I need to give that to you. And I'd be like, no, I'm just saying it's beautiful because I'm passionate about that. So this is about giving and receiving. And so being in that space of openness to, as you give, to expanding that energy, that way it makes you feel when you give, so that you can receive back, because energy is fluid, and it's an and it's an exchange. Okay, and you may get back in a different manner, but be open to that. Be clear of that energy coming forth. Oh, the position of your noggin, of your thinker, and it's the card. We're back to sixes. The Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is about, so you're coming from a period of, of, you know, restraint, of being back, of not, of hanging on to these thoughts that weren't allowing you to move forward. And so what you're needing to do is, you know, to visualize yourself as the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And so that you can move out of this water that you were in, that we felt like you were, almost felt like you were drowning. And so you want that warmth, and you want to wrap yourself around in love and in that truth that you have newly discovered, that you've gone within and learned from and moved forward to transition to, you know, that safe space where you set yourself up to be abundant, to be financially abundant, to be set for life. Maybe buy a set for life card. To be set for life. You've set yourself up, and it's might have been, it's going to be I hear it's going to be a fast process, and then I hear it's going to be a slow process. So I really don't know what that answer is, but it's going to be, you know, it's part of your journey. Don't rush it, and don't stall it, because you were stalling it because you're trying to get away with things. The card in position of your mind is the Page of Wands. So of your mind, of your heart, sorry. So this is a Page of Wands, and that is taking from within your heart. I love this, seeing it, setting your intention, and releasing it. And you're going to hear back in some manner, but you're going to receive a message and it's a message of love, but it's to do with the passion as well within your heart. And so maybe somebody offering you something that's going to help you move forward in expanding your world, expanding your life, expanding your lifestyle, expanding your work, your career, to open it up, to bring more. I just see massive amounts of, you know, master manifestations of massive amounts of bringing forth what you truly desire. But that's because you've learned to be clear about it and to not bring that crap with you. So the final card of, whoa, I love this card, is the Eight of Pentacles. And so this is a reminder that you've worked really hard, you've learned, you've earned, you've gained, you've learned to come together, you've learned to focus on what's important. And that's so important in our lives, is to know what's important, but you have to let go of what wasn't important prior to coming together with what is important. So the two messages that oh God, of course, this is really, so probably every time once reading I say this, I can't make this stuff up. So the two messages I came up with, the first message is truth. Tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic and abundant life. I said that really weird, but it's really so much of what this reading was about. Shine the light on yourself, shine the light on your truth, what you want, knowing the honesty within that. And establish your boundaries. Establish boundaries that you are no longer in this lifetime are you going to listen to what puts you down, only listen to what brings you up. We don't need to put people down. People put themselves down enough. Learn to bring people up rather than putting them down. Do that with yourself. Honor and respect yourself. So in regards to relationships, and this is what I brought, it's the Ten of Cups. So there is a new movement within your relationship. This is the only pile that I added this to. And because it came up, but this is about what you're wanting. It's about being honest within your relationship, being honest about the person that you want, being honest about your life, being honest about your decision. So what's going on with this person is that they're darn. Okay, so this card is the card of unrequited love. And there is such a fear of being rejected that it's actually an unresolved fear of being rejected. It's something that this person has to work through. That's their part of that journey. You can do everything that you want to do, but they have to work on that shadow aspect of themselves to understand. I'm going to use this card. Sorry, I have to do this. That shadow aspect of yourself, and what's going to help them move outside of that. Let's see what we can get is clairvoyance. Okay, and this is being able to see. At this point, they cannot visualize. They cannot see how this relationship can work out. Yet that's what they want. They can't see that because of the messages, those messages that brought them down, that put them down continually, that they continue to carry on with them. Yet they have this extreme gift. They have a lot of gifts, and not adding that into the equation because they know the decisions that they made, the choices that they made. Some of them are really good, but they're focusing on the negative. So they need to, understand spirit, and they have to follow the messages. They need to reconnect with their spiritual connection, their spirituality, which is different than religion. Religion is not brought into this at this point, but they need to connect with their spirituality. They really are absolutely 100% in love with you. They really are. They are in love with you. They just don't know at this point what to do. You already know? Yes, you do. So you do know. So either, they need to work past this on their own. But you can, make it a little bit easier at some points, and that might be stop being mad at them for certain things that they're doing if you're in this relationship already, but they're absolutely in love with you. Know that. Sit with that. And you know this card, I know you from somewhere. Again, it's a 6. So here we are with the past life. You are a connection that is you are in a connection that is divinely guided, inspired, and it is one that that you're twin flames or you are soulmates, but it's one where you have been together in past lives, and you're here for a reason. And so, with this clairvoyance, that's what's really important, is you both feel that, they feel this, and you need to take those feelings and embrace them and allow them to be, to bring this into fruition within your world, within your life. Okay, thank you very much for listening to my reading, and I hope that it brought you some insight, inspiration, some tools, and messages that you needed to hear at this time to bring clarity. Namaste, much love, and many blessings. If you liked again, then please like the video, and subscribe, comment, share. Again, I'd like to reach as many people as possible, so I'm not begging, I wouldn't do that, but and again, thank you to Cherie from FreedomsWind for allowing me to use her stones, which just brings so much beautiful energy into my readings. Namaste, much love, enjoy the day. See you later.